Yo, what's going on, guys? And I called it. I made a video a few weeks ago. July 24th was, I think, the date of the video, and I said Kevin Pangos was one of the overseas free agents because he was a free agent since his contract expired with Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia. Tell me down below if I'm saying Kevin Pangos' name's correctly, and if I just said that club's name correctly. But either way, he just signed to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think he actually will have a serious impact on this team and actually be a key contributor to the rotation. Not saying that he's going to be playing like 25, 30 minutes a night. I mean like maybe 15, 20 minutes. So before we start today's video, I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this pickup by the Cavaliers? And let's get right into it and talk about it. Let me take this swig of water and let's get right into it. So according to Bobby Marks, Cleveland has agreed to a 2-year, $3.5 million contract with point guard Kevin Pangos, and it's the first year is almost $1.7 million is fully guaranteed. So he's going to be on the roster. Not 39 games. 39 games last year overseas. He averaged 13.5 points, 2 rebounds, and about 7 assists a game, okay? And his best game was 33 points, 11 assists against Panathinaikos, a Greek club. And in 4 seasons, in 140 games, he's just been consistent, a guy who can hit the three-point shot and is able to dish the ball really well. So after an underwhelming season in 2019 to 2020 with Barcelona, Kevin Pangos moved to Russia, joining Zenit, and ended up being a match made in heaven. The Canadian point guard took over all the responsibilities as the floor general could take and deliver clutch performance after clutch performance for the club, and pushing Zenit to its historic success as the club reached the EuroLeague playoffs for the first time ever. Okay, they even managed to, despite all odds, force Game 5 in the quarterfinals against Barcelona, his former team, being very close to a complete upset as well. At this point, it's obvious that I think Kevin Pangos is a guy who can come into the NBA, and if we look at this Cleveland Cavaliers roster, all right, I think, look, Kevin Love, Jared Allen, Ricky Rubio, Lauri Markkanen, Jetty Osman, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Colin Sexton, Dylan Windler, Damian Dotson, Dean Wade. Someone tell me if I say this correctly. Maifondu Kambega, you got traded from Clippers last year, so tell me if I said that right. Taco Fall and Lamar Stevens. And Kevin Pangos is a guy who, look, he's 6'2". So the way he's going to fit into this rotation is Ricky Rubio, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, and Damian Dotson are their true guards on that roster. That's 4 guards. Now you got Kevin Pangos in there, and really their worst guard is Damian Dotson, okay? So I think the pecking order goes as the starters are Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. I think the second unit will be most likely Kevin Pangos and Ricky Rubio, and then the last guard in that rotation is going to be our boy Damian Dotson. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this pickup? I think 15 minutes is the floor for Kevin Pangos. I think he's a guy who's going to, look, he hasn't been a guy who's just screamed insane. He's a great three-point shooter, but athletically, he's limited. And I want to say that for him to have success, it's going to rely on him being a really good three-point shooter, which is with a lot of players. But that's not it. He's a great passer. And what he's shown the ability is actually when he's played for Canada, I know it was in a 5-game period, he had almost 1.5 steals per game. So if he can get some steals off the deflections, just be a pesky, annoying defender, I think he can stick around. And as long as he can average around 5 to 6 assists a game, or 4 to 6 assists a game on, maybe 20, 23 minutes, I think that's good. Like if we look at his numbers from, in the VTB United League, where he averaged 24 minutes a night, shot 41% on 8 attempts a game from the field, and 5 of those attempts were three-pointers, which he completed at 42%. And he dished out 6.5 assists and had about 0.6 steals. If he could do something similar to that, I know those are like really good numbers for a very small time slot. I think that'd be very good. And let me tell you a little bit about this guy. He's 28 years old. He's 6'1", 180 pounds, 6'2" maybe. And he played at Gonzaga for 4 years, okay? And he was a baller. He was a baller at Gonzaga. He was a 3-star recruit, and he was a guy who averaged in his years in college. Surprisingly, I do not have the numbers right in front of me, but that's not. He did well. He was always a sharpshooter, and they went deep into the NCAA tournament in 2012, okay? And if I pull up those college numbers right here, I feel really freaking embarrassed that they weren't in front of me. He averaged 12.8 points per game in 142. And the real numbers are that we're going to talk about is in 39 games overseas. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. Kevin Pangos, what do you guys think? Like, subscribe. I got to go to work. I got to go to a lake trip. I'm going to the Ozarks, my fraternity lake trip. So I got to go make some money to buy